So today is the midterm election. It's actually really important. A lot of races could decide what happens in the House and the Senate. So it's possible Democrats could pick up a few seats. It's possible Republicans could pick up a few seats in the Senate. So we're not sure how it's going to go, but there are some Republicans in the White House who only see disaster. Now, Gabriel Sherman of Vanity Fair spoke to many of these Republicans. This is both current and former administration officials to kind of get a sense of what Republicans are thinking about the midterms and what possibly comes after. Now, and it's not good. For the midterms, a former West Wing official told Sherman, quote, "Everyone is resigned to the outcome." Now, what does that mean? It means we think we're going to get our ass kicked. Oh, no. Now, sources said that Trump has been privately working to absolve himself of any blame if there is indeed a blue wave, which, look, I'm not sure. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Is it possible? Yes. It could also be possible, depending on, for example, voters that are not likely voters going out and turning out for Republicans. That is certainly possible as well. Okay. Nonetheless, right? Trump is actually pretty happy with his performance. According to the official, he's happy with his crowds and the turnout and the excitement. He'll be able to say that it would have been worse without him. So he's been planning the whole time about basically blaming other people if Republicans do get destroyed here, right? Now, the bigger threat, though, however, for Trump, according to Sherman, is Robert Mueller's report. Now, wait a minute. Why would he be worried about Robert Mueller, right? Well, I mean, if it's a witch hunt like Donald Trump claims, well, then he's got nothing to worry about. But look, Trump himself might not be worried, but his staff certainly is. Sources say that Trump advisors are girding themselves for Mueller to deliver the results of his investigation to the Justice Department as early as Wednesday. Although it's more likely that he will wait till later this month. So it could be a bombshell on Wednesday, or it might be later this month, but certainly really soon. Now, that's consistent with what they've been saying all along, right? Because, well, they don't want to, I guess, interrupt the midterm election, which makes sense. So, to avoid, of course, being seen as political, although most certainly Trump supporters will call this absolutely 100% political. So, either way, you're not going to really get away with them from them calling this, a political hit job, etc. This entire Mueller report. Nonetheless, we'll move on. Okay. Now, sources say besides the president, the ones with the most exposure are Roger Stone and Donald Trump Jr. In fact, Donald Trump Jr. Is actually one of the people involved that people are worrying about the most. In fact, one former West Wing official who testified before the Senate Intelligence Committee said, quote, "I'm very worried about Don Jr." Now, why would you be worried about Don Jr.? Well, it goes back to that Trump Tower meeting. So the Trump Tower meeting where they attempted to get dirt on Hillary Clinton. Now, did they get dirt? I don't know, but it's possible Mueller did. Maybe. Now, the possible exposure, Sherman writes, would be that Mueller would demonstrate that Don Jr. perjured himself to investigators when he said he didn't tell his father beforehand about the 2016 Trump Tower meeting to gather dirt on Clinton. So that's a situation where, yes, I think it is fairly clear that he was less than honest about the timing and about telling his dad, which his dad certainly had to have known about that meeting. So that is one potential thing that Don Jr. could definitely get in trouble for, lying to federal officers. Okay. Now, there's more here. Okay. Another potential sign of how worried they are, according to Sherman, is the near silence of Rudy Giuliani. That's right. I haven't even noticed that Rudy Giuliani has basically been gone. I should have noticed because this guy's an idiot. But he has been very, very uncharacteristically silent. And so, oh boy. In fact, one former White House official, when asked by Sherman about Giuliani's whereabouts, he said, quote, "Yeah, what the hell happened to Rudy?" Well, he's gone, man. He is gone, and he is making sure to shut his mouth, which again is very uncharacteristic of Rudy Giuliani. In fact, according to three sources briefed on Trump's legal team, Giuliani has been in Europe visiting consulting clients as well as preparing a report with Trump's lawyers, Marty and Jane Raskin, that is designed to provide a counter-narrative to Mueller's document. So whatever it is that it says, they are actually working on a counter. Oh boy, I can't wait to see their counter-arguments to this one. Giuliani is not known as a very smart person or a very good lawyer. Just saying. Nonetheless, a Republican close to Giuliani said they don't know what Mueller has, but they have a good idea, and they're going to rebut it. Well, we'll see what happens, right? But another source contradicted that and said that Trump himself instructed Giuliani to stay off television to avoid hurting Trump's midterm message, which, of course, we see as nothing more than fear, fear, fear. Here are the immigrants that are coming. And I've been seeing memes, right, everywhere about the so-called caravan, which is just refugees fleeing Honduras. Honduras, of course, the United States backed the coup in Honduras, the military dictatorship. So that is kind of our mess. So maybe we have some sort of responsibility there to maybe at least help the people in this so-called caravan. But no, instead, Trump fearmongers about it and even says, well, if they start throwing rocks, we should give the military the ability to shoot them, which, of course, is it's illegal. It's an illegal order. So good luck on that one. But nonetheless, his whole midterm message has been fear, 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 be afraid of the immigrants. We've got to build a wall. And of course, a lot of Trump supporters, that's the only thing that they actually care about. That's the only thing that they give a shit about. Now, back to Giuliani. Trump's thinking apparently is, and yes, he does think, I gave you a lot of rope, and now you've got a lot of rope marks around your neck, according to the source. Look, that's not too far off from the truth. Giuliani is a terrible lawyer. Look, if I were Donald Trump, I'd have fired that guy long ago because he's not a smart person and he's not even good representation. So it is interesting to see that Giuliani is gone, but we'll see what happens when it comes to this Mueller report, when it happens, when it gets finally released. It's going to be very interesting. If they have anything on Trump or if they have anything on Don Jr., we'll see. So I wouldn't pin my hat on the Mueller report myself. I think the best way to defeat Trump is to defeat him at the ballot box. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.